It is Tuesday, August 18th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. With the World 100 off this year because of restrictions in Ohio due to the pandemic, Eldora is running what they are calling the Intercontinental Classic, September 10th through the 12th. The event will pay $50,000 to win and will feature a 48-car invite field. The first 44 cars were announced on a live selection show last night on Flow Racing and Dirt on Dirt. Besides this 44, an additional 4 drivers will be added through a fan vote. Here is the full list of 44 drivers that were announced last night. They are Scott Bloomquist, Rick Eckert, Brandon Shepard, Earl Pearson Jr., Brian Shirley, Matt Miller, Ricky Weiss, Kent Robinson, Kyle Strickler, Devin Moran, Steve Casebolt, Josh Rice, Ashton Winger, Jason Jamison, Josh Richards, Peyton Looney, Dale McDowell, Zach Dome, Jace Youngans, Shannon Babb, Jimmy Owens, Billy Moyer Jr., Chris Ferguson, Greg Satterley, Corey Hedgecock, Jason Fager, Shane Clanton, Mason Ziegler, Dennis Erb Jr., Darrell Lanigan, Bobby Pierce, Tim McCready, Kyle Bronson, Chris Madden, Jonathan Davenport, Shannon Buckingham, Jeep Van Wormer, Ross Bales, Brandon Overton, Tanner English, Scott James, Frank Heckenash Jr., and Mike Marlar. All of those drivers are guaranteed entry into the Intercontinental Classic. Again, 4 more drivers will be added through a fan vote. There are also a list of alternates. That alternate list includes Gordy Gundaker, John Henry, Michael Page, Chad Simpson, Chris Simpson, and Hudson O'Neal. So if any of those 44 drivers that have been invited fall out, these guys will be next on the list to get a guaranteed entry. Voting opens today for those final 4 slots. The Intercontinental Classic will have a similar setup to the Dirt Late Model Stream that replaced the Dream Weekend earlier in the year. That race was won by Tim McCready. If you'd like more event details or to find more information about the fan vote, you can find that at eldoraspeedway.com. Speaking of late models, there were photos floating around yesterday on social media of Kyle Larson testing one of Kevin Rumley's cars. Is it possible we could see Kyle Larson in a dirt late model soon? It certainly seems that way. According to a story on Dirt on Dirt, Larson and Rumley were at Cherokee Speedway in South Carolina for the session, but Larson was never able to make it out on track because of rain in the area. Rumley told Dirt on Dirt that he's not sure when another test can be scheduled because of Larson's busy schedule himself. There is speculation that Larson might run the Lucas Weekend at Port Royal Speedway in a few weeks. It also looks like there's already a t-shirt design floating around as well. With all that he's done this season, seeing Larson jump into a late model would be really, really fun. He's made comments in the past about driving one and, has suggested folks keep their expectations low. Obviously, expectations are going to be through the roof for Kyle Larson just with what he's done, but I would imagine he'd be up to speed pretty quickly, especially with a guy like Kevin Rumley turning the wrenches for him and providing the race car. So we'll keep you posted on more updates. If we hear more about Larson in a late model, we will certainly talk about that as they happen. Yesterday was kind of the rumor day. In other rumors kind of online floating around last night, there were cryptic tweets from both Eldora Speedway and Eldora's GM Roger Slack about a possible big sprint car announcement today. No other details are available, so we'll definitely keep you posted there as we hear more. If there's things that pop out on Twitter, certainly check out at DIRTRACKR to see what's going on there, because we'll certainly be retweeting those as they happen. But I guess we'll stay tuned for that one as well. With Mark Dobbmeier still sidelined, recovering from injuries sustained in a sprint car crash at Cedar Lake Speedway in July, the team announced yesterday that Sammy Swindell will jump into Dobbmeier's Buffalo Wild Wings sponsored number 13 machine this weekend at 2 World of Outlaws races, Friday at River City Speedway and Saturday at the Red River Valley Speedway. They also plan to race with Sammy at Huset Speedway on September 5th and 6th. If you are headed out to River Cities on Friday, the World of Outlaws Benevolent Fund is holding an auction to help Dobbmeier and his family. If you want to see the full list of items available at the auction that will be at the racetrack, find the Benevolent Fund on Twitter at fund_woo, so at FUND_WOO. We've got a list of all of the items that will be available, all kinds of memorabilia, gloves and die cast and all kinds of things, hats. So plenty of things there to go bid on if you're going to be at River Cities on Friday, so check that out. While so many races have been knocked from schedules this season because of the pandemic, one race back on the calendar that many thought was gone forever is the Hoosier 100 at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. This Sunday, August 23rd, the USAC Silver Crown Series will run the 65th edition of the Hoosier 100, and fans will be allowed in the stands. You can find tickets at usactickets.com. Tyler Courtney won the event last season, and there will no doubt be a star-studded field on hand to compete this year. Even some rumors out there about maybe a Kyle Larson appearance, which would be pretty cool as well. If you cannot be there, you can watch all of the action live on Flow Racing. We'll keep you updated on everything that's going on there as well, and a possible entry list. The iRacing World of Outlaws Late Model World Championship was back racing last night for round number 9 of the 10-race championship. The series took on the virtual Williams Grove Speedway with a tight points battle between Dylan Wilson and Hayden Cardwell taking center stage. Wilson entered the night with a 1-point lead over Cardwell, with Kendall Tucker another 14 points back in third. Don't forget, the series champion takes home a cool $10,000. Besides the battle out front, only the top 15 drivers in the standings at the end of the season are guaranteed a spot into next year's series, so the battle for the cutoff spot will be heated there as well. Once the show was underway last night, it was Devin Morgan who went quick time, and he won the first heat race, which put him on the pole of the feature with Hayden Cardwell to his outside. At the drop of the green flag, Morgan established himself out front, with Cardwell and Wilson settling into second and third. The 50-lap feature went caution-free, and Morgan was good enough to keep Cardwell at bay through the duration of the event. At the end, it was Morgan grabbing his first ever series win by more than 2 seconds over Cardwell, with Dylan Wilson third, Evan C. fourth, and Kendall Tucker fifth. With just one race left now in the season, Hayden Cardwell has taken back the points lead, but Dylan Wilson is only 2 points back in second. Kendall Tucker is third, 24 points back, with Devin Morgan fourth and Evan C. fifth. Going to be a tight one next week. It should be wild. Season finale is next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. It's going to be fun. Definitely recommend tuning in if you haven't to this point. With only 2 points separating those guys with $10,000 on the line, things could get crazy. You can watch all of the action live for free at iRacing.com/live or Twitch.com/iRacing. We will certainly recap the racing next Tuesday after it all goes down. We'll take a quick look at the streaming schedule for today. Not a ton going on, just a handful of shows. Dirt Vision has Summer Nationals there at Kankakee County Speedway tonight, and then Speed Sport has IMCA action from the Fairmont Raceway. So IMCA Modifieds, Stock Cars, Hobby Stock, Sport Mods, and Sport Compacts. Flow Racing also has USAC 24/7 as well. So just a few things to watch tonight, but not completely devoid of dirt racing content. So if you're looking for something to watch, you can find that full schedule at DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight with links to watch. So check that out as well. Just a quick website note. I started work last week to add Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races to the DIRTRACKR.com analytics section. The database is ready to roll. I've got all the tables built, and I've got all of the drivers added in. I hope to start entering results sometime this week, so stay tuned there. It'll be a nice addition, I think, to that analytics section. There's so much kind of that goes on. I feel like, across the spectrum of dirt racing, it's nice to kind of have some of those numbers to talk about and things like that. It's super interesting to me, at least, to kind of be able to see those trends and things, and kind of take a look at all of those different stats categories that'll be available once those races are entered. So stay tuned on that. I'll certainly be talking more about that as races get entered. That's the show for today. Hope everybody has a good Tuesday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as well. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. That's DIRTRACKR.com. And you can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. That's FIEDLER. You can sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter live on the site as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.